What? Evening all, evening. How are we all this evening? Fabulous. Right. Okay, so tonight we've got some modern endurance action for you, ladies and gents. Well, hey, look at that. See, Charlie's noticed a new intro. Lovely stuff. We've got a packed grid tonight. Right, I'm just going to issue a warning straight off the bat. Right, just going to make sure we are rejoining safely on track. I know Cadwell's not an easy one, but please let's try and be sensible with our rejoins, etc., etc. And also, if we have any issues with this tonight, I will not be running a rerun, etc. So if we have to stop it due to I getting booted out, we're just going to run a couple of sprint races or a sprint race because I can't be arsed. Plain and simple. I can be arsed, I just can't be bothered with milestones. Shit today. Okay, timetable for tonight, if everything goes well. We've got qualifying and then a 40-minute race. Piece of cake, really. Piece of cake. And this is a charity stream, ladies and gents. And I have actually heard from Mind today, ladies and gents. They have given us a message. They commented on George's post yesterday, so I did a story. And they did send a message to us. Let me just read this out to you. I'm not going to be factually incorrect for a change. I did a lovely post, obviously, about tonight, and they put, "Thank you so much for choosing to support us. Wishing you all the best of luck today." So there we are. That's very kind of them. There we go. Thank you very much for your kind comments, chaps. We have had a move around today in the commentary box. We've got rid of the table that had 3 legs. That's now gone, and now it has no legs. It's legless. Hey! What a joke! Right, okay. So we are... Oh dear me, that was really bad. We are doing a charity stream for Mind, and we have, of course, a bit of a reason by it. This is quite a personal one for me. Let me read this out to you guys. It's quite a long paragraph, so bear with me. This could take about 10 minutes to rattle off. Oh, Jamie, stop it, you cheeky devil, you. So, here we go. So, as I was growing up, I did suffer from mental health issues, got bullied through school. Can you blame people, though? Seriously, can you blame them? No. So, yeah, that was basically the start of my spell in depression. I planned suicide twice. It was, fortunately, never went through with it. 18, my dad passed away right in front of my very eyes, and this surprisingly was the turnaround in my mental health. After a couple of months of my dad's passing, my mindset changed. Instead of being negative about everything, I decided to keep my dad's legacy going. My dad was always a joker and wanted to make everyone happy. I also realised how short life is and to live every day like it was my last. It also made me realise I have to be grateful for everything in life, good and bad. The negative things teach you lessons or make you stronger, and the positive things make you happy, so it's always a win-win. There's a positive in every negative situation, everybody. You've just got to be prepared to look for the good. So, to the present day, and, well, I still suffer from anxiety. This is a daily battle I have, and it's a bastard, to say the least. I do apologise for the bad language, but it's horrible to live with. But I have figured out strategies on how to cope. Most of the time they work. Sometimes they don't, and I do end up having panic attacks over the stupidest of things. But there we are. So, to be fair with you, I don't really care what people think about me. Apart from the people that are closest to me, obviously my good friends. I've got 3 of them on FaceTime, if we could call them that. I'd rather go one step further and say we're like a big band of brothers. And also, I've got my family with me as well, by my side. So that is always a big help. I do act to prat on stream, but this is the real me. This is nothing made up. This is the real me. So, yeah. This is the true me. Every time I stream, I always want to make you guys smile or laugh, because if I can make a positive impact on your day, then I will be a very happy man going off stream. Remember, ladies and gents, life is too short, so live every day like it's your last. If you're ever struggling, reach out to someone. That is very, very important. Let's get on to why we'd just start. Yeah, we'll just carry on, Shane. Just carry on. I was always sceptical about running esports leagues because of all the backlash. I've heard quite a lot of negative comments that's made about racing online, but this community has certainly proven that is a load of BS. I have a fantastic community. SDPG is certainly the best community in esports. Fact. Argue at will, and I'll shut you down. I would like to thank all my community for having a very positive impact on my life and helping me through day-to-day life. You guys might not see behind the scenes, but I promise you now, all the lads and lasses are very friendly here at SDPG. So that's a little bit about why we are doing it. and hopefully that story has certainly helped you guys out, and if that's brought a smile to your face, then, well, if it hasn't, we're about to, because we've got some action. So, Kaylin, always reach out to someone, mate. You know my inbox is always open. I'm not always free to call, but I'll certainly give you messages if I can. BSEC, go give this page a follow on the old face Instagram. Finstagram, we'll call it, why not? So yes, go and check that out for all the latest news on BSEC. Let's go to the next screen. The riders can choose their motorcycles. Go and hit up the YouTube. Let's get some subscribers going on that one. We've got a new channel trailer, which is the intro you have seen about 5 minutes ago. So go and have a look at that. We're at 70 subscribers. We'd like to get that to 100 as quickly as possible. And also we'd like to give Sean at Ride 5 Liveries a bit of a shout out for his YouTube work at iCrix's R5L. Fantastic stuff from Sean there, doing some great liveries, and we'll have a BSB a series, a championship that we will be taking part in, and we'll be doing some single player content on the channel for you guys, so you get to see how rubbish I am on motorcycles. Also, ladies and gents, the website, please go and check that out. A lot of work is going into that at the moment. We've got all the latest news and stuff, really. We've got lots going on the website. There's a few things there, as you can see. So there we go. Right, I think that's all the waffle needs. No, you see, we missed something very important. Of course, we've got the Malted caps. I have been told, hot off the press, people, the Daily Mail has broke this story just in the matter of the last few minutes, that they have been shipped from Norfolk. Shipped from Norfolk to London. I didn't think we needed a boat for that one, but, you know, hey-ho. They're coming by boat. So there we are. Also, Yorkshire's Top Rack will be leaving SDPG. Yep, that is also a big news story today. He has gone to Pramac Yamaha, ladies and gents, for 3 jammy Dodgers. I think he's really undersold himself there. So, Dill, ask for a pay rise, mate. Some bonuses will be fantastic. Also, my other half shouted at me earlier for not giving her any credit for the intro. So yes, my other half did help with the intro, just giving us a little bit of advice and trying to sort stuff out, because she's a good egg and she has my best interest at heart. She's just lovely, absolutely lovely. Right, okay, we still. Oh my god, here are the imposters. Right, let's kick some imposters out. Right, okay, so we've got 14. We've got 14 people in tonight. As you can see, we've got a new setup with altered things around. Hopefully, this will be a lot better. Right, okay, so I will just give a final warning. Let's please keep it clean tonight, chaps. There was an incident yesterday of reckless riding, only a warning given out for that, but we will be keeping an eye on people tonight, making sure there's none of that. Okie dokie, are we ready then? We've got 14 people. Is Joe going on the Suzuki? That's a brave call. I'll give him a second just to change it. Jamie's going on the 21-bit. Is that the newest one? Where's the 21-bit? Where's the 23? We're being robbed. Yes, I'm also never going to slate Milestone again, because they're lovely people. They just can't build a game very well. There's my final slating. So, yes, Milestone have been fantastic. Behind the scenes, we've been having... Well, we had a conversation about the Northwest and the glitch there. So, we'll see what we can sort out in the future, if we can sort anything. Probably won't, but it's worth a go. Right, okay, let's go with this one then. We've got, Joe's going on the Suzuki. What a boy. Is Mason Roth in? Yes, he is. Lovely stuff. Okay, let's rock and roll with qualifying then for this one. We've got a 15-minute session before we head out for a 40-minute race, hopefully. I'd just like to welcome our newest addition to the team, Andy! Oh, no. Yes. If you did miss us yesterday, you will have missed the fact that I said that Aaron is the new comedy genius here at SDPG. None of them are appropriate for streams, so I think we'll just... hey, there we go. Wagwan and Wagwan. There we are. He's had about 4 vodka Ted Bulls today, here's Andy, so he's been keeping it quite appropriate, really, which is good. Last time he did that, he blew all the stuff out of his anus. It did not go well in his stomach. Yay! Get in! Let's go. Let's have it. Right. Okay. Right, there's loads to bring you then, ladies and gents. There is absolutely loads to bring you. We've got Yorkshire's Top Rack on a BM. This just looks weird. It looks very... Also looks a bit green there. Green, green grass. Blue, blue sky. Lovely stuff. So, we've got Kalen joining us back again tonight. We've also got a new rider. We will bring you some more info on him in just a moment. Let's get the first laps out the way first, and then we'll have a look at our newbie. So, Dylan then in towards Park Corner, in towards the Chris Curve on the Team Valley Racing BMW. Nicely done through Chris Curve. In towards the gooseneck then, for the first time of asking. Through the right, through the left, on the power, down towards Mansfield he goes. Hard on the brakes for the Team Valley Racing BMW. Not in their full livery, they're keeping that one for BSEC, so that is good to see. Running a we'll go test livery, I'd say. Lovely stuff. Into the bottom of the mountain then for Yorkshire's top rack. Over the mountain he goes, very nicely done. Down in towards Hall Bends he goes, through the right, through the left, nearly on the grass, through the right, back over to the left, and then back over to the right hand side for the number 61 machine. Nice done. In towards Barn Corner then for Dylan. Let's see what this opening lap will be for Yorkshire's slop rack. Down towards the line, and it's a 125.426 for Dylan on that opening lap. Right, who's next? I'm going to try and do this in order. Aaron's on the Aprilia, lovely stuff. Charlie there does a 127.164, 120. Oh, Joe's up to third, 128.398. Oh my god, the times are flying in. Times are flying in here. 126.189 for gamer Jamie. Good to have Jamie back with us after his trip to the Isle of Man. Lovely stuff. Right. Jamie now, who's he got ahead of him? Is that Scotty Too Hotty? Yes, it is. There we go. Scott there in P10 on the Aprilia, and he will be riding this, not this one, but the Superbike version in just 5 days' time. And we'll go with BSEC testing on next Monday and Tuesday. Looking forward to that one. We've got Super Ted there on the Yamaha, of course. We've got Kalen on the Yamaha. Good to have Kalen back with us on the KRP Racing Yamaha. Never do that again, Seamus. Never do that again. Then we've got Alfie there, who's just jumped up in the order. Ash has jumped up to P3 on a 126.866 for Ash. So we've got Alfie there. We've got Jan. We've got our new boy, ladies and gents, from South Africa. We've got Irvin, everybody. Good to have Irvin with us. Welcome to the channel, buddy. Hope you enjoy your time with SDPG, and he will also be with us in BSEC for Season 2, so we're looking forward to seeing how he gets on. This is a proper international field we've got tonight. We've got Brits, we've got riders from the Isle of Man, we've got fake Italians, we've got South Africans, we've got Scottish people, we've got Northern Irish people in as well, peeps. Lovely stuff. Right, okay, so we've got Alfie now, goes to the top of the times, ahead of Dylan with Jamie in P3. Oh! Ted and Scott there do a lovely pirouette on the grass. That's lovely. Ted's gone up to P4 there with that lap time, 126.834. I must breathe before saying these words. Yeah, well done, shows that there. Perfect. Says, as we've got Ash now on the Yamaha. Very nice, very nice. In towards the gooseneck then. Irvin has gone up to P4. That's going to take a little bit to get used to. He used to say Irwin, not Irvin, but we'll get there. Irvin now up to P4 on the head of row number 2 at the moment. That's a great lap, 126.250 for Irvin. Right. Oh, hey! Dylan there putting into practice some lovely acrobatics. He should be sacking off the GP ride and sticking to some gymnastics as Alfie scatters some cones. Oh, who is that in the background? Was that Jamie? It was indeed. Charlie now up to third on the Ducati. That's a lovely looking machine. Well done to Charlie for that one. 125.893 for Charlie as he head up towards Park Corner. Now, still waiting for 2 lap times from Jordan and Mason Roth. Let's see if they're out on circuit. They're both not. They're both in the pits. Right, Kayla now through Hall Bends, through the right, through the left, back over to the right, back over to the left, and back over to the right-hand side for Caleb. Nice done. In towards Barham Corner then. A 10th up on this one. Down. Hey, whoever that was, thank you very much for the follow. Look at that! Look at that! Hey! Someone's followed during the stream. That's fantastic. Thank you very much for the follows, ladies and gents. It goes a long way. We really do appreciate that. I didn't quite catch the name there. That's really bad. That scared the living bejesus out of me there. I'm not going to lie. Right, who's moving up the order? We've not got any movers at the moment. Certainly is on that top 6. So at the moment it is Alfie. It's Ted on pole! Super Ted's provisional pole, 125.160 for Super Ted on the GYGR Yamaha. Then we've got Alfie in P2. Yorkshire's top rack Dylan in 3rd place. And we've got Charlie, Jamie and Irvin on that 2nd row of the grid. Then we've got Ash, Joe and Scotty Suhossi on... Oh, who's moved up the order? Jan has moved up to 9th, everybody. Onto the back of row number 3. Then we've got Scott, Aaron, Kaylin, and then we've got Jordan and Mason Roth still in the box at the moment. Well, Ted leading this session at the moment, clipping the grass there. Still quite a long way to go in this one. We've got just shy of 9 minutes remaining. As Alfie goes over the line, 124.381. That is a phenomenal lap time from Alfie. Great work by the BMW riders. So at the moment it's Alfie, Ted and Dylan, your front rows. Keep an eye on Dylan then down towards Mansfield. Goes very well at Cadwell, goes very well everywhere to be honest, as Yorkshire's top rank. In through Mansfield, through the chicane, through the right, back over to the left, on the power. Nicely done, in towards bottom of the mountain. Half a second up then for Dylan on the Team Valley Racing BMW. Oh, and now he's doing... Oh, that was a lovely headstand. With flip, with roll. Something. But we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Charlie now in towards the gooseneck, getting some valuable data on the Ducati, learning how the Ducati feels. The endurance bikes and super bikes are a little bit different in how they feel. But it's certainly good testing time for Charlie. This will certainly help him out going into BSEC Season 2 as well. For the likes of Scott, Aaron, Jan, those guys that are stepping up to super bikes. It'll be really, really good to see those guys out on the circuit and getting some valuable data in and some information as we go into BSEC Season 2, which will be starting next week. Pre-season testing will be up and running next week at Portimao. We'll go into the Algarve, everybody. Yeah, we're going to go and see a bit of sunshine, sun, sea, and something else. Lovely. Irvin now to P5 on a 126.127. Charlie, no improvement. Dylan there. Still not really improving that headstand, I'm not going to lie. He'll get there with it, though. I'm sure he will. Right, let's... Jan now to P7. What a lap. 126.562. Just nips that from Ash. And we've got Joe in P now. This is good for Joe. Oh, Gamer Jamie moves up to P2. 124.419 for Jamie, the number 86 machine. Looking good. Looking very good there. In through... Charlie's and on the power up towards Park Corner. Nicely done, hard on the brakes then for Jamie. Lovely stuff. He's a 10th up on this lap, so we'll see how he gets on. We'll keep an eye on his lap times. Weather forecast for the race. It's going to be starting off beautiful. It'll be a dry start with a moist finish. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's think about what you've just said there, Seamus. I do apologise. Could have worded that better. Right, as we see Irvin now in towards the hairpin on the number 47 BMW. And in towards Barn Corner then. Nicely done as he heads down towards the line. Over the line he goes and on to another lap. Just shy of 6 minutes remaining of this one. Jan now coming down towards the line. Tiptree's finest over the start finish he goes now. 126.5 still his best lap time. Aaron on a 127.224 is his personal best lap so far. Keep an eye on Aaron. I reckon he will be going strong on that Aprilia, not just here but in BSEC as well. Oh, was that a moment there for someone? Nope, seeing things. So Jordan and Mason Roth still in the pits. Now, is this part of their plan? Start from the back of the grid? Maybe. Maybe. Right, Jan in the box making some tweaks as Ash has popped up to P7, 126.533 for Ash. Lovely stuff. Irvin now in through the chicane. Josh gets that a little bit wrong. But he gathers it all well, keeps it on to... He's still 2/10 up, everybody. So what time is it on? 26-1 versus 25-7 of Charlie. So he did lose a bit of time at the chicane. So if he can actually get this lap together, he could be head of row 2. Through Hall Bends and in towards the hairpin he now goes. Oh, he's a 10.5 up. Oh, now he's up in the air for Irvin. Unlucky for the South African on that one. Showing well here, though. Charlie's bike sounds a bit unhealthy. It's 2/10 up on this lap. We have got a glitch that... Oh, no, don't start. Don't start with this. Well, Charlie's got up to P4, all things considered. 125.323. Or Charlie goes to the head of row number 2. Jamie over the mountain. Dylan up to third. 124.558 for him. So not too far off the pace. As Mason Roth ventured out, he's just put something in the chat. He has indeed. And out he goes. GW Motorsport Honda for Mason Roth. We've lost Jamie, so we will re-lobby after this one, just so we can get Jamie in. I'm a bit scared to do that, but yes, we're going to have to. I can't leave him out. So we've got Alfie, then it will be Jamie, then Dylan, your front row. And we've got Ted, Charlie, and Irvin. Then it'll be Ash, Jan, Aaron. Aaron's had a good run there. 126.635 for Aaron. No worries, Jamie, mate. No problem. Then we'll have Joe, Scott, Kaylin, and then it'll be Jordan and Mason Roth. Depending on if Mason Roth can get a lap in, I'm sure he will. Okay, so let's have a... Who should we have a look at? Whoa, look at this train here. Cassie really does not sound healthy, does it? That is a glitch. That is a glitch. Let's just not say anything. So we've got Alfie, Aaron, and Charlie all in a bit of a train here. Looks like Alfie's just improved his time. 124.268 for him. Ted through turn number 1, 125.1 for Ted. Oh, tips off on the grass there. No worries, Jamie, no worries. I'm sure we'll have the... no worries, mate. I'm sure we can do that for you, mate. We can do that. It took me a second there to clock on to what he said. Right, so Mason Roth goes up to P11 with that lap time. So with 2 minutes remaining of this one, I don't want to distract anybody, but let's tell the lads that we will be relobbying after this one. I'm sure they're listening anyway. Jan up to P6, which will be 7th when we get Jamie. Jan's looking pretty good here on the R1. Good. So, oh, again, valuable testing time for Jan. Trying to get used to the R1. So we'll see whether this will benefit him going into VSEC. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. Coming off the BMW onto the Yamaha, a little bit tame. Sorry, tamer than the BMW is the Yamaha. So I'm sure Jan will get on well with the Yamaha. As you get Charlie now in towards Barn Corner. And into the pits. 10 points to Gryffindor. Great work, Charlie. Look at that. Very professional. As we get Super 10 in towards Hall Bends now. Nicely done. And in through Hall Bends. Through the hairpin he now goes. On the power. And in towards Barn Corner. 3/10 off on this lap. So down towards the line for Super Ted, and there'll be no improvement there. Dylan over the line. He now goes provisional pole. 124.178 for Dylan, and tips off. At least he didn't do it on his fast lap, I suppose. So remember, ladies and gents, there is one. I can't remember how many points we dish out for pole position now. I think it's 1 point for pole, 3 points for fastest lap. That is correct. Yes, I know my rules. Unreal. So there'll be no nighttime riding today, Scott. Unfortunately, there'll be no nighttime riding as Jan now pops himself up to P5 on a 125.839. Watch out for Jan. That's all I'm going to say. Looking good yesterday. A bit of bad luck in the race, but he was fighting up there and did a very good job. Did Jan Snooker. Luca. Inside joke. Sorry, Jan. The bikes need mirrors. Oh dear. Right, so checker flag now out for the qualifying for the endurance, and it is Yorkshire Stop Wreck on pole position. It's Alfie on pole position ahead of Dylan with Super Ted in P3. Where I think Jamie will be third. Then it'd be Ted, Charlie, and Jan. Then it'd be Irvin, Ash, Aaron, Joe, Scott, Mason, Roth, Kaylin, and Jordan. That will be your grid. We will get Jamie. I'll tell you what, chaps. If you can't hear the stream, just go to re-lobby just so we can get Gamer Jamie back in, and then we'll be off on our merry way. Thank you for your patience, chaps. Good session. Right, we'll screenshot that quickly before everyone leaves. There we go. Lovely stuff. Right, so Jamie will be right. Here we go. Let's re-lobby. No worries, mate. No worries. We've all done it. We've all done it. I'll be fair today. I'll be fair today. Hey, go on, Mason. Yes, here we are. Welcome up. There we are. Good old Andy. Oh, we got a new member to the team as well today. I've not named him yet, but I'll show you in just a second. So we've got 40 minutes. Collisions. Yeah, we'll have some collisions. Right. Okay. Lobby just going up, chaps. I'm on the wrong screen. What a tit. What a tit. Lobby's up, chaps. Lobby is now up, so get yourselves in sharpish. Oh, pressing the wrong button. See? Let's go to GP, but he's still first here in SDPG. He's committed. Right, whilst I take a picture of the grid, let's, sing some nursery rhymes or something. I don't really know. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Never doing... No, don't do that, Seamus. Do not do that. Right, I'll be back in a second. Hang on. I've only got half the grid. Deary me. True professional. Bosh! Ah! Holy Mother of Mary. Right. Oh, I saw something on Facebook today. It was a burger van, only foods and sauces. I did have a good chuckle at that. Can't lie. Let's quickly move on. Going to say, if you want jokes, speak to Aaron. He'll sort you out with a cracker. It might not be appropriate, but we'll have a look. Right, so we're just waiting for a couple of riders. Oh, Aaron's disappeared. We will. Ah, you see what he's done there? He's got to go and warm up for his comedy act. Like it, Aaron. I like that. Right, Alfie. Where's Alfie? In his house. Did that joke yesterday. Shocking. Right, so we've got Alfie, then we've got Yorkshire's Top Rat, then we've got Gamer Jamie. I will stop doing that, Jamie. I do apologise, mate. If it's getting annoying, just tell me, and I'll stop eventually. Then we've got Ted, then it'd be Charlie, then where's Tiptree's finest? In Tiptree. Way up the mags. Then we've got Irvin. I think we're just waiting for Irvin to join us. Oh, no, it's alright, Aaron, mate. It's alright. We'll let you off, son. We'll let you off. Right, so let's get the rest of the grid set up. Then it would be Ash. Then it will be... oh, there's Irvin now. Fantastic. Then it'll be Front Row Joe on the Suzuki. Then it'll be Scott Too Hot Air. Then it'll be... Oh, my God. And Mason Roth are on the same row. Watch out, people. Watch out. Then it'd be Kaylin. Where is he? There he is. Jordan. Where's Aaron in all this? Why have you not put Aaron on the grid, you dipstick? Ha! I'm a moron! Everyone knows that. Self-burn. Okay, I'm going to stop being horrible. You were... I do apologise. I do apologise, mate. Well, I am professional, I promise. No, we're not. We're not professional, but cheap and available. 30 quid and a pack of jammy dodges and a anybody's. So that makes me sound really bad. Right, I'm just going to have a quick swig of drink and we'll get on with this one. Hang on, let me check. Bear with. Bear with. Bear with. Yes, you were sixth, Aaron, but Jamie did a faster lap time, and because Jamie left, we've put him in where he should have been. So everything is correct. Everything is correct. No, actually, Dale, no, I could do with it by the drum, to be honest with you. Yep, Isaac, you can still watch, mate, yep. Right, okay. Let's crack on with this. There we go. I'm sweating like a pig in the butchers. Take the hat off, you say? No, I'm repping Malted. If I took this hat off, I wouldn't have a head to rep Malted on, to be honest, because Ted would just go, poof. That'll be on COD later. Yeah, Ted's got a bit of a thing at the moment on Call of Duty where it'll scare the absolute bejesus out of me. It's not very funny, to be honest. He finds it hilarious. He'll just come up behind me, just hide, and stab me in the back. Literally in the back. Yes! Come on! Here we go. Right. Oh, I've hurt my shoulder again. Bugger. It's all Ted's fault, that. He's jump scaring me on COD. No, not Haddock. No, COD. Right, moving on. I found this today on top of the cupboard. I promise I've not murdered anybody, but look how freaky that is. I might just have... I tell you what, there we are. Oh my god. I promise I didn't do anything bad. Okay, I'll shut up. Everyone wants to race. Right, let me just go and open the door. Bear with. Ow! I haven't got my number one fans upstairs. Bob has robbed it. Oh, dearie me. Look at that. See, I can always count on Aaron to have a giggle at my... Oh. There we are. Look at this. We're communicating. See, look at that. That's how we communicate here. We do thumbs up, thumbs down, and other signs are available. Ah, right. Okay. So we're about ready to rock and roll. So 40 minutes, hopefully. The game may kick me out. If the game kicks me out, then we're just going to do a super stock or something else, or just have a cry. Right. Okay. Let's rock and roll. I don't know. Today, I just keep biting my pen. It's really bad. That's how dodgy, doesn't it? Right, here we go then. 40 minutes, hopefully, of Cadwell Park. Here we go then. These lights are still broken. Let's go! And that's a good start. Look at Jamie! Holy mother, look at that. Down into turn one. Jamie will take the lead ahead of Alfie. Dylan in third place. Then we've got Charlie, Ted, Jad up to sixth. Caitlin's had a great start from the back of the grid. Just runs a bit wide there. Excuse me, Charlie's, and that was Alfie going grass tracking. Charlie's, he's now down to 8th. Good start from Scott on the Aprilia, also from Mason Roth as well, the GW Motorsport Honda. Look at Jan! Tell you what, he's taking lumps out of Ted there. Oh, we've had Dylan now off the road as well. Charlie up to 2nd, Jamie in 3rd. Ash has gone grass tracking. Irvin there has also dropped down the order. Caitlin's tipped off. I can't keep up. Can we all just slow down? Mason Roth's now fallen off. Jordan's up to 8th. Scott's now up to 6th. Alfie up to 5th. Jan in 4th. Dylan in 3rd. Charlie in 2nd. And Jamie's leading by 1.7 seconds. I smashed that, didn't I? No, I didn't really. Right, in 3. Oh, Jamie a bit wide there into the bottom of the mountain. Over the mountain he goes. Hey, look at this. That's a really good start though from Charlie. Same for Jan as well. Alfie going around the outside into Hall Bends. Not. Whoa. Great move that from Alfie. Who's that? Was that Ted there? Fair play. Fair play. Kept well out of the way. Good safe rejoin that from Super Ted. Could always rely on Ted for a good rejoin. Over the line then. Start lap 2. And it is Gamer Jamie leading ahead of Charlie with Dylan in 3rd place. Alfie in 4th. Jan in 5th. Scott in 6th. Ted in 7th. Joe in 8th. With Irvin just behind in 9th, and we've got Ash, Jordan, Aaron, Mason Roth, and Caitlin, your runners and riders at the moment. So, obviously with endurance racing, there will be a pit stop. They're going to have to do a pit stop because of inclement weather, but also fuel and tyre wear. They are going to have to change their tyres. So we can see the fuel percentages in the middle of, well, towards the middle of your screen, ladies and gents. We can see what tyres everyone is on and also how much fuel they have got left. You can already see Charlie. Looks like Charlie and Mason Roth may be going for an aggressive fuel map straight off the bat, using a bit more fuel to try and get them into a good position early on. Maybe conserve that in stint too. Charlie runs a bit wide. Dylan all over the back of him into Mansfield. Irvin now up to P8. Joe's now retaking the position. Irvin has now gone down by the looks of it and is now down to P11. Maybe ran a bit wide, but still through the bottom of the mountain they go then. Look at that. Well, that's weird for Dylan following a Ducati, but through Hall Bends then. Charlie doing a good job at the moment. Very early stages in this one. Oh my goodness gracious, Charlie. Oh, nearly gave me a heart attack. Through the hairpin then. Oh, it's Dylan there. Just gives him a bit of a nudge. Through Barn Corner on the power. Nicely done. Now down towards the line. Surely the BMW will have the match for the Ducati side by side. And through goes Dylan up to P2. So it's a Team Valley Racing 1-2 at the moment. Gamer Jamie well up the road. 2.5 seconds to the good over his teammate Dylan. Then we've got Charlie and Alfie. Good three-way scrap for P2. Jan not far behind either on the R1. Good start from Jan. 2.5 seconds ahead of Scott. 2.5 down on Alfie. So pretty lowly at the moment. But this is endurance racing. This is endurance racing, people. As we get Scott now up towards Park Corner. Got Super Ted hot on his heels into Park. He now goes and down goes Scott there at Park. Maybe just a bit too much brake pressure there. And down he has gone. He's got teammate Jordan not too far behind us through Chris. Oh, look at that. We've got all the Aprilias 7th, 8th and 9th. Lovely stuff from those guys. Mason Roth in P10. Then we've got Ash, Joe, Irvin and Kaylin on the KRP Racing Yamaha. Let's have a bit of a fuel check in these early laps. This Gamer Jamie hits the deck at the mountain. Good rejoin from Jamie. We are keeping a close eye on rejoins today. There was a few reports of poor rejoins yesterday. Well, we got the top 4 covered by just less than 2 seconds at the moment. Dylan leading this one. Oh, Jamie down again there at the hairpin as Alfie takes P2 and Jan now up to 4th. Right down the hill they go, across the start-finish line. Dylan leading this one ahead of Alfie, with Charlie there hot on Alfie's heels. Jan up to P4. Then we've got Jamie in 5th. Ted also closing that gap down in P6. Then we've got Scott, Jordan and Aaron. I'm going to have to get a screenshot. I'll try and get a screenshot of all three of them because that just looks the dogs dangling. This is Aaron who's tipped off at Coppice. I threatened to get a screenshot and Aaron has tipped off. Unlucky that for the number 92 machine. Right, let's go to do that fuel check. So who's got the least fuel? Looks like Charlie at the moment on 71%. Dylan looks like he's conserving fuel. Who's got the best? Looks like Ted. Joe. Kaylin actually has the best on 77% fuel. Whoa! Jamie and Jan get a bit up close and personal down towards Mansfield. Oh, what a move that was from Jamie. Wow. Good stuff from the BMW rider. Well, oh, his Alfie tips off now at the bottom of the mountain. That helps Charlie up to P2. Oh, no, now Charlie's down at the mountain. Well, that's just going to help Jamie now close that gap back up. And now we have got Alfie, Charlie and Jamie all in a scrap for P2. Jan and Ted not too far behind here in the early stages. So we'll see how they get on. Whether they can close that gap down is a big question. But out front, Dylan, 5-second advantage for Yorkshire's top wreck. At the moment, Alfie there in P2. Oh, as Jamie now takes P3 away from Charlie. Run aboard with the Ducati. In through Charlie's then on the power. And up towards Park Corner they go. All just spread out a little bit out front. Hard on the brakes then for Charlie. Nicely done. Oh, Ted now up to P5. Sorry for just seeing that one. Oh, Ted now tips off at Chris Curve. And we'll keep P5. Jan not close enough to attack. Then we've got Scott and Jordan not too far behind those guys. And then where's Mason Roth? Mason Roth not too far behind either. Neither is Ash, neither is Aaron, neither is Joe. And we've got Irvin and Kaylin there rounding out the field. Right, we've lost Alfie then. Alfie has made a mistake there and is now down to P4. All riders have got penalty time, apart from Scott, Ash and Aaron at this moment in the race. In towards Hall Bends then they go for the 5th lap. Jamie now just stretching that advantage over Charlie. 5 point. Oh, he was! And runs a bit wide there at Barn Corner, takes out the marker. And through Barn Corner and on the power they go. Down towards the line they go to start lap 6 of this one. Alfie and Charlie about to go side by side in towards Coppers then. Nicely done as Jamie tips off the Team Valley Racing BMW and has now dropped to P4. Whereabouts is Ted? Can he capitalise? Oh, he does a bit of motocross. Nicely done. Will Jan be able to capitalise on this one? Who's that that's just dropped down the order? Was that Jordan that's dropped down? Yes, I think it was. Mason Roth has tipped off at Coppers. Irvin as well. Oh, and Joe. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, no, Irvin has managed to get through. Joe tipped off at Coppers there. My apologies. Into Park Corner. It looks like Ted's really pushing the front end of that Yamaha. Into Park Corner on that lap. Right, meanwhile, let's get to the battle for P2. Now, we did have, if you missed us yesterday, ladies and gents, we had the Classic Endurance. And it was between Alfie and George for the win in that one. Alfie managed to do a good first stint, actually, get a good advantage. But it was raining in the first stint. Second stint was dry as Charlie runs wide at the chicane. That allows Alfie up to P2. And when Alfie came into the box yesterday, he forgot to change tyres, or there was a problem in the pits for Alfie. So he was on wet tyres on a slick track, on a dry track. He only lost the lead on the penultimate lap, so he did a very good job actually. I think he managed to stay in front for about 5-6 minutes, so he did a very good job. But unfortunately just not quite the end result for Alfie. But he still finished P2, which was a fantastic effort from him. As over the line they now go. Let's have a look at the fuel situation. So Dylan's in a good, healthy position here. Then we've got Alfie who's burning through a bit of fuel. So is Charlie at the moment. Oh, Mason Roth as well. So Charlie and Mason will probably be the first ones to pit for fuel. And as we can see, it's now starting to cloud over, ladies and gents. So this is going to get tricky for these guys. Now, you think this race is done because Dylan is 7.6 seconds ahead. I can tell you it won't be, because the weather will throw up a conundrum. And also, this is endurance racing. Anything can happen. So let's have a look a bit further down then. Ted just in a world of his own at the moment in P5 with Jan there in the medical centre. Down goes Jan, clips the grass and off he goes. And that's dropped him now down to P8 on that one as we get Ash. Now Ash is having a very good start to this one in P7 with just shy of 10 minutes gone of this one. Scott now also on the Aprilia in P6. 5.3 seconds to Super Ted up ahead, so he's got a bit of time to close. Meanwhile, Dylan through Barn Corner as he heads down towards the start-finish line. Over the line he goes, 125.318 for Yorkshire's top rack. A reminder, ladies and gents, there is 3 points on offer for fastest lap in this one. 125.0 from Alfie, 126.1 for Charlie. Ted's now up to P4, so a mistake from Jamie. 125.3 from Ted, missed Jamie's lap time. Ash now up to P6. This is a great run from Ash. Looks like a mistake from Scott there. Was indeed Jordan not too far behind. Irvin as well in P10. Good solid outing for Irvin on his channel debut. Good to have. I do like having an international field. As we see Joe now in towards Coppis for the 8th time of asking. Kalen in towards Barn Corner. Not ridden on the game for quite, I think about 3 months, he said. So doing a good job is Kalen, all things considered. As we see Yorkshire's top right there through. Oh, he's on the Batmobile. I've just realised he's in. I'm not going to say that actually. No, because I don't want anyone to think I'm being racist. As over the mountain. Whoa! Lay on the style, son. Lay on the style. In through Hall Bends for Dylan. Has lost a bit of time to Alfie on this one. So maybe a mistake on this lap for Yorkshire's top rat. Now, this is going to be the thing. Is it worth just saving a bit of fuel, not pushing that and having an aggressive fuel map, just to then help you out a little bit when the rain does hit, because it's on its way, ladies and gents. It is on its way. Oh, mistake from Ted. Jamie now up to P4. So that could be a good little battle between these guys. As we ride on board then with the Yamaha. That BMW has certainly got some pace, hasn't it? Through Coppice then for the 9th time of asking. We are going to keep an eye on the pit stop, see if anybody pits. And just also keep an eye on the bottom right-hand side of your screens, ladies and gents. You'll be able to see when the track starts to get a bit moist. Through the gooseneck there for our racing. Have we got any battles on? So yes, we've got the Ted and Jamie battle. Let's keep an eye on this one then, as through Chris Curve they go. Looks like Ted made a slight mistake there through Park Corner. He's definitely made a mistake there through Chris Curve, doing a bit of motocross. Very nice, very nice. Through the gooseneck then, down towards Mansfield, using all the road. Incredible stuff. Through Mansfield on the power, in towards the chicane, and Jamie's now got about a second advantage over Ted. Let's have a look. Jan in a world of his own, so is Jordan, so is Scott. Oh, it's Joe there, tips off, and did he take anyone out there? No, I think Irvin's okay on that one. Looks like Scott's tipped off at the gooseneck, and that's now allowed Irvin and Aaron to close the gap. Mason Roth not too far behind either. Let's get Joe and Kaylin now through the Chris Curve. Right, Dylan through Charlie's then on this one. 5.9 seconds is his advantage over Alfie, so Alfie might just be closing that gap down a little bit. On Yorkshire's top rat, maybe going for a bit more of an aggressive fuel strategy. So the problem is you don't want to be running out of fuel and then having to pit again for wet tyres. That would not be good, because you're going to have to go out on slicks now. I think about half race distance, about 20 minutes, will be when... Sorry, with 20 minutes remaining of this one is when the rain will be hitting. So we'll see whether these guys can hold out till around then. It's going to be tight. It is going to be close for some of these riders. Certainly the likes of Charlie's got 25% fuel. But if you're the likes of Joe, Ash, who else? Could probably say Dylan in there as well. If you've got more than 32% at the moment, you're doing a very good job with the fuel. And that will help you later on in the race. Meanwhile, into the hairpin then goes Yorkshire's top rat, the number 61 machine. Looking good at the moment, looking comfortable on that BMW, but Alfie is certainly putting in a shift here, and it's closing that gap down ever so slightly. Through Barn Corner then on the power for Dylan, for Alfie, not Dylan. Dylan's already over the line and in towards Coppice for the 11th time of asking, have we got any movers in the order? Let's have a look. Jamie's just stretched the gap over Ted. We've got Jordan now through all bends in towards the hairpin. Jan not too far behind. Then we've got Ash into all bends, and we've got Scott and Irvin there into the same section. Nicely done. Then we've got Aaron, Mason Roth, Joe, and Kaylin at the moment. Looks like we've got a problem there for the number 22 machine. Right then, Yorkshire's top rat, 8 seconds to the good now. Looks like a mistake from Alfie there. He was closing that gap down on Dylan, but that has now just gone away from him ever so slightly. Down through the gooseneck and in towards Mansfield then they go for the 11th time of asking. Oh, we've already got a pit stop here for Mason Roth. Mason then in the box, going on to slick tyres. That's an interesting call for Mason. That is a very interesting one. Now, the question is, does he fill up with fuel so he won't have to do it later on? We'll keep an eye on that one as we get Dylan now through Barn Corner on the power down towards the start-finish line for the number 61 BMW. Mason Roth is now out. He's not fully filled the bike and keeps out of the way of everybody and fires himself to orbit there, living up to his name of Mr. NASA. As we've had a problem there for Charlie. My apologies for just seeing that. Jamie now to third. Then we've got Ted in fourth. Charlie there in P5. Not too far behind these guys. In towards Coppice then they now go. So, good stuff from these riders. So, Alfie and Charlie will probably have to box in the next lap or two. Ooh, yeah, that could get a bit sketchy. That could get a little bit sketchy. As we get Alfie now coming up towards the back of Mason Roth. The rain is here. I've just seen a few spots of rain, but the track is not getting moist at the moment. Charlie there's ran off at Park Corner. Just needs to regroup. Oh, we've got Alfie there. 10% fuel. Same for Charlie. They are going to have to box probably this lap if you want to be safe. If you do run out, you will be coasting back to the pits. Mason Roth there keeping out of the way at Mansfield. Let's just see, oh, well done there from Mason, just keeping out of the way of everybody. Going through the slip road. We've got Kalen now into the box himself. Question is, he has gone for the wet tyres, ladies and gents. There is no moisture on the circuit, so that's quite a gamble from Kalen. Will Alfie stay out? Alfie will stay out. He will go again. Oh, that's going to be close. That will be close on fuel. Charlie, what's he going to do now? Through barn corner. He will box. Charlie then will box on the Ducati. Right, it'll be interesting to see what he does with tyres. He will go to the wets, ladies and gents. That's wet tyres going on the Ducati. But there is, no, like we said, no moisture on the track. And I think Alfie could be in trouble here. And we've got quite a few riders in. We've got Jan in the box. We've also got Jordan in as well. Right, so Jordan's gone for slick tyres. Jan's gone for wets. Ted will have to box this lap. The bike is shouting at him. Will Alfie get back to the pits without running out of fuel? I think he will be out of fuel by the end of this lap. Jamie will also have to be boxed in this lap. So will Ted. The rain's going to come at the worst time. Oh dear, we've got the L word. Right, well, Charlie then out on the wet tyres. Fuel full, bike full of fuel. Jordan and Jan both leaving now. Aaron also going on the slick tyres. Scott's going for wets. Irvin's gone for a new front tyre, keeping the worn rear. Right, Alfie now has got no fuel. He's coasting back to the pits, ladies and gents. This is what happens if you run out of fuel. You will be coasting. Excuse me. And that's what's happened. The bike has just run out of fuel. Will Jamie be boxed? Yes, Jamie will pit. Will Ted box? He will indeed. Both riders in the pits. It's too dry for wet tyres. But what will they do? Jamie goes to slicks. Ted goes to wets. Ted has gone for wet tyres. Dylan will also have to pit on this lap. Alfie now does make it to the box. The rain is here. The track's still not getting wet at this moment. How's Ash doing for fuel? Ash could probably go again. Ash will go past again. And now moves up to second. So what's Ted going to do? Is that going to be fully fueled? That is indeed. Jamie also fully fueled out on the slick tyres. So that will require another pit stop, but it won't be for fuel. There'll be no fuel going in that, I can tell you now. It'll just be for the wet tyres. It will cost him some time, as up towards Park Corner then goes Ash. Where's Dylan? Through Hall Bend, so he will have a comfortable lead. He will be leading this one when he leaves pit lane. Due to the potential miscalculation, should we say, of Alfie. Right, this is going to be interesting. What tyres will Yorkshire's Top Rack be putting on that Team Valley Racing BMW? Just under half race distance. The track is now getting wet, everybody. We are getting moisture on the track. I tell you what, has he played a blinder, Yorkshire's Top Rack? I think he might have done. That track is getting wet now. So, the slick Jamie will have to probably box end of this lap, I want to say, to put on the wet tyres. Ash has also played a blinder. He will go into the wets and be on the preferred tyre for the conditions. Keep an eye on Ted as he goes through the chicane. Get Jamie. Woohoo! Jamie there. Yeehaw! Over the mountain he now goes. Is Dylan out of pit lane. That bike's fully fueled and he is on his merry way. Who's he got up ahead of him? Couldn't quite see who that was. Was that Irvin potentially? Might well have been. Ash now boxes. Great work on the strategy for Ash. He will go to the wet tyres. Jamie now boxes and will go to the wet tyres. Won't need to fill up. Joe as well. Good job on the fuel there. Will also not need to lose time by boxing again for slick tyres. So at the moment it's Dylan leading ahead of Super Ted. A 23-second advantage for Yorkshire's Top Rack. Charlie there in third place. As things stand, Jamie now leads pit lane. Will be in. Oh! Okay. That will be looked at. That was just a bit of a blur. Looked like Jamie was coming out the pit lane. Contact there with him and Alfie. Down has gone Jamie. Did Jan go on the wets? He did go on the wet tyres. That is good. So the rider's in the best position at the moment. Well, with Dylan really. leading this one, went on to the wet tyres at just the right time. Did a fantastic job, did Yorkshire Top Right. Over the mountain then for him. And oh, Ted has dropped the GYTR Yamaha there. That's now promoted Charlie up to P2. And the conditions out there. Whoa, that track's got wet very quickly. Jordan up to P4. My apologies, Jordan. Wow, what an effort that is. For the Aprilia, up to 4th now. He's on the slick tyres, ladies and gents, I've just noticed. Jordan's out there on slicks, so is Aaron. So they're probably going to have to, they will have to box for wet tyres. I don't presume they'll be going round for the next however long. It looks like, did Alfie make contact there with Jordan? Through the bottom of the mountain. We will have a look at that one after the race. Oh, that's going to feel horrible for Jordan on the slick tyres in wet conditions. He's just got to get back to the pits and get on those wet tyres and get out as soon as he can. Jamie not too far behind. Yes, Jordan does now box in for the wet tyres. Ted then on his merry way, still in P3, 8.8 seconds ahead. Oh no, oh, that's really come down between him and Jamie. Then we've got Alfie, Jam, Ash, Jordan on the wet tyres now. Scott, Joe, Aaron, Irvin and Mason Roth had a retirement there for Kalen a little bit earlier on. Right, over the mountain then for Dylan, a 28.6 second lead. Just got to keep this one in the bag now. Just got to keep sensible here with the lines. Just not... Oh, dearie mate, that was a sensible one. Over the grass, through Hall Beds, through the hairpin he now goes for the number 61 machine. Good stuff this from Dylan. Charlie there in good P2 on the Ducati at the moment. Look at that, those lot are coming into the bottom of the mountain as Dylan flies over the line. In towards Coppice then he will now go. Nicely done. Let's have a look a little bit further back. Oh, we've got Irvin and Aaron there in hot pursuit of each other. Look at this. Oh, Irvin, I thought he was going to go around the outside of Aaron. Not quite on this occasion. Joe through the gooseneck. Nicely done. Jordan's dropped to 9th after that pit stop. Then we've got Scott, Ash, Jamie, Jan up to 5th now. Jamie must have made a mistake. There's down the inside. Goes the number 86 BMW and does take P5 away from Jan. Alfie over the line. Start another lap. Ted there using all the road and a bit of turf at turn 1. Got to be careful there as Ted Alfie is closing that gap down. 2.1 seconds is the gap between them at the moment. We will keep an eye on that one. Jan up to P5 because Jamie's made a mistake there. Down he has gone. Ash in 6th now. So this is good stuff from Jan on the Yamaha, looking good. And see Ted now into Park Corner. Looks like Charlie made a mistake through the Chris curve. Meanwhile, Dylan is going into Hall Bends whilst Charlie's going through the gooseneck. That is some performance from Yorkshire's top rat. Barely made a mistake in this one. I can't remember. When was the last time we saw a mistake from Dill? I've probably just jinxed him now. I was going to say, if he falls off now, he's going to absolutely kill me later. Down towards the line then goes Yorkshire's top rat. Let's have a look at the field. 81%. Yeah, he'll be in a good position. So will Jordan actually on 90% there. Oh, as Charlie gets that all out of shape. Over the mountain, through there he now goes. That's Ted in towards Hall Bends. Alfie trying to close that gap down. Oh, as Ted tips off at Hall Bends. He clipped the curb there. And down he's gone on the Yamaha. Yamaha! No, don't. Right, still now in towards Chris Curve. 14 minutes remaining of this endurance. The charity stream for mine. If you would like to donate to the charity, link is pinned in the Twitch chat, so go and have a look. And if you can donate, ladies and gents, that will be most appreciated from all of us here at SDpedia. Slightly wide there for Dylan through Mansfield. That's okay. He's got a good buffer now. He can make a few mistakes, and it should be a-okay. Charlie, 9.2 seconds ahead of Alfie at the moment. Ted's 1.7 seconds down on Alfie. Jan is 6 seconds down on Ted. Ash is 4.2 down on Jan, 6.5 down on Ash's Jamie. Then Jamie is 9.7 ahead of Scott. And then we have got Joe and Jordan in a bit of a scrap here for P9. Then we've got Aaron Irvin and Mason Roth has parked up. Yorkshire's top right there. Over the line he now goes. 30 seconds is his advantage over Charlie. This is a great run from Charlie on the Ducati. This is valuable information though for Charlie, as he'll get to feel how the Ducati handles in the rain. Let's have a look then at Mason. Oh, look at that. Hey, that's a funky angle. Fair play, Mason. Fair play. Oh, listen to the Ducati there, spinning up out of the hairpin. And down towards the line he now goes, and on to lap 19 for Charlie. As we get Dylan now through the Chris Coast. Anyone going to be in any danger for fuel? I don't think so. The rider with the least is Jan at the moment on 56%. That should be okay. Should be okay for fuel. Let's have a look at Alfie and Ted. Ted does like that line through Coppis, doesn't he? Bit of grass tracking for the number 34 machine. Jan also, it must be a Yamaha line, that one. Ash through Coppis now on his Yamaha, not using any other grass. Very nice. Let's ride on board with the number 2 machine. Through Charlie's. Look at the weather now. That is shocking. That's disgusting, isn't it? Absolutely disgusting conditions out there for the riders. As into Park Corner goes number 27 of Jan there, looking fantastic on the Yamaha, doing a great job. Is Jan. Good, solid race this one for the number 27 machine. Oh, Charlie there has tipped off at the chicane. That's going to help Alfie now close the gap down a little bit. What does that gap drop to? We'll wait for that to stabilise. About 3.5 seconds between Alfie and Charlie. Over the mountain goes Alfie now in 2. Good evening, George. Good evening, mate. Hope you are well. As through Hallbends goes Alfie. Ted not too far behind at the moment. Charlie's made a mistake then at the hairpin. Good rejoin that from Charlie, just keeping well out of the way of the oncoming riders. Right down the hill and in towards the first sector of the lap. If you've just joined us, like George has just done, let me fill you in. So the race started off dry then. A close battle at the front. We had 4 riders. We had Dylan, Jamie, Alfie and Charlie all in the pecking order out front. And then the race has just spread out a little bit. A few mistakes for Alfie, Charlie and Jamie. That's just pushed them back a little bit. That's given Dylan the advantage of 37 seconds. Alfie was going for a risky strategy with fuel. The rain came at just the wrong time. It was raining but didn't wet the track. And Alfie there was trying to stay out as long as he could, but ran out of fuel towards the end of the lap. So unfortunately that did not go well for Alfie. So he did drop a lot of time to Dylan. But he's back on his merry way and has recovered well. Back up to P2. Ted's had a great race so far. Up to P3. Charlie as well on the Ducati. My standout rider though at the moment is Jan. Doing a fantastic job, clicking the laps off and doing a great job holding off Ash at the moment. Through the chicane. Who's that that's closing the gap? It is Jamie that is hot on the heels of these guys. And in towards the bottom of the mountain then. They now go as Dylan is already up at Park Corner on his next lap. Very interesting, George. Very interesting race indeed. And no one got disconnected either. Oh, hey! So if you joined, mate, whew, we would have had you in, hopefully. Mind you, probably knowing our luck, George, it would have been you that got booted, mate. So George, we do really rate George in SDPG HQ. Gets disconnected quite a lot from sessions, but still turns up week in, week out to have a go with SDPG's finest. We do rate that commitment. Right, let's go back to the Jan, Ash and Jamie battle. Looks like Jamie there was up to 6th and now dropped back down to 7th, so maybe a mistake for him on that one. Scott now in towards turn 1. Jordan not too far behind. As Joe down towards the line he now goes. On this lap. Oh, have we had a mistake there from Ted? We have indeed. Hit towards the gooseneck. Ted has dropped it. And that's helped Charlie. Into Mansfield. He now goes and up to 3rd place for the number 24. We've got 8.5 minutes remaining of this one then. Oh, Charlie does like that line through the chicane. All riders have got penalty time, so that will be will certainly be a factor in the outcome of this race. I mean, I think Dylan's position will be pretty secure, unless he's got about 40-second penalty. Then it'll be under threat. As Alfie now through barn corner, 10 seconds ahead of Ted, who's now back up to third. Charlie's made a mistake between the chicane and the hairpin. It's going to be a good little battle between Ted and Charlie all the way to the checkered flag. As, whoa, look at that! Jamie nearly turned into Terry T-Bone State there on Jan's rear tyre. Down through barn corner. Oh, dear me. And Jamie has now got past Jan and up to P5 in 2. Coppage then for the 22nd time of asking. Oh, was that Ash running? Oh, Ash just running one. I thought he was crashed. All I'm going to say. As we get Joe now through Hall Bends, he's just got past Jordan, so a mistake there from Jordan. As Irvin now, new boy Irvin, good to have a very, like we say, very international field here. Irvin running around in P11, doing a fantastic job as things stand on the BMW. Aaron not too far behind either, and Mason Rolfe is doing a bit of bird watching at the mountain. So Dylan, 36.37 seconds in the lead at the moment. Nicely done for Yorkshire's top wreck with 7 minutes remaining as Alfie goes over the mountain. Ted still in P3, just got a good buffer, 2.7 seconds over Charlie at the moment. Jamie now up to 5th, and across the grass he goes in through the chicane. Jan now trying to close that gap down. Ash in P7, then we've got Scott in 8th, Joe in 9th, Jordan in 10th, Irvin in 11th, Aaron in 12th, and then Mason, like we say, Mason Rolfe doing a bit of twitching at the mountain. There we are. Lovely stuff. Right, let's get Dylan now down towards Mansfield. Have we got any battles on? So, oh, hello. We've got a pit stop here for Charlie, ladies and gents. What's going on here? What's he thinking? Is he maybe conscious of fuel? Potentially. Let's see what happens here with Charlie. So that's certainly going to drop him down the order. Okay, let's see what fuel goes. I'm very interested here. That's just now... Oh, he's fully filled the bike there as Charlie. Kept on the old tyres, but filled the bike up. Maybe he was a bit conscious of fuel there. With 6 minutes remaining, yeah, that might have been a good shout. I wonder if anyone else will suffer similar issues to Charlie. Well, that's just let Ted off the hook there, 14 seconds ahead of Jamie. So if he just gets his clean, just hits his points, he will be a-okay. I would have thought, ladies and gents, we're going to have another... Let me have a prediction. I'm going to say another 4 or 5 laps. No, 3 or 4. Another 3 or 4 laps of this one. So if Ted can just keep this clean now, he can afford to lose a bit of time each lap, and he should be a-okay. Jamie has tipped off the BMW. That looked very strange. I know what that was. That was the L word that made the bike go up and down there. Oh, don't say that again, Seamus. As we get Ash now, who's up to P4. This is a great ride from Ash. Ahead of Jan, because Jamie has tipped off again at the bottom of the mountain. Unlucky that for a gamer, Jamie. As we get Scott now in towards that same section. Jordan not too far behind, neither is Joe, so this could be a good little battle for P8. As we've got Irvin now down towards Mansfield, and we've got Aaron not too far behind, and Charlie has retired from this one then. Right, where is everyone else on circuit? Well, Dylan now coming in towards Hall Bends, and that is retirement for Charlie on that one. That is unlucky. Had a great race there, did Charlie. Like we said, that end result will not show how he did in that one. That is unfortunate for the number 24 Ducati. As we get, excuse me, Yorkshire's top wreck over the line to start lap 25 of this one. And well, he's got to win this one as long as everything, touch wood, goes accordingly for the next 4 minutes of this race. Over the mountain for Alfie then. No!